Hey, what's up, everybody? You struggling with your leg drive in the deadlift as well? Join the club. This is my issue right now. So the deadlift is going really well. I feel like my back is really strong. I feel like it's just going really well. But I have identified a little bit of an issue, and that's leg drive. I feel like clearing the weight off the floor is the hardest bit for me. It has been for a long while. But ever since I've kind of injured my hip squatting and I've had all that time off, I feel like my quads have gotten a hell of a lot weaker. They certainly haven't gotten stronger like my back and hemis have. So I feel like right now the issue for me is leg drive. Now, what is leg drive? Leg drive is essentially the effort that you put into the bar at the bottom of the deadlift. So when the bar is resting on the floor, when the weight's on the floor, that initial breaking of the inertia, the initial effort should be with your legs. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, everyone thinks that the deadlift is a pulling exercise, right? There's a barbell on the floor and you grab it and you pull it up. That's the rookie mistake. I used to think that as well. The deadlift is essentially a pushing. A deadlift is a pushing exercise, especially for the first half of it. So when you grab the bar and you set up, you should be pushing the floor away. That should be the cue in your mind. You're earthing yourself into the bar and you're pushing the earth away. What that's going to create is a mentality that you're pushing the bar upwards instead of pulling the bar upwards. And what that's going to do is it's going to recruit the interior chain of your body, meaning the quads. Right? You're going to get the quads into the mix and you're going to kind of have speed off the floor when you do this. If you're just solely relying on your back and your hamstrings, you're going to be leaving pounds and pounds and pounds on the bar that you could be, putting onto the bar. And so for the issue for me right now as well is this leg drive. I feel like I'm really slow off the floor. I feel it's a struggle, but when the bar crosses my knees, I feel like my big booty and hamstrings have got it, right? That's how I feel. I just feel confident. So if I can break the bar off the floor, it's going to lock out. Now, a lot of lifters are the other way around, right? They have heaps good leg drive, but they kind of like shit themselves around the knee area, and they kind of fold over and they get the shake on and whatever else, and so those guys are missing pulling strength, i.e. the glutes are not strong enough, the hamstrings are not strong enough, and so they should work on that. For me, it's the other way around. It's the quads. I haven't been squatting for a long time, and that's what I'm kind of attributing that to. So how do we remedy this? Well, one of the ways you can remedy this is doing something called the Sissy Squat. And the Sissy Squat is a really, really good way of targeting purely the quads. Now I know, you could probably go into the leg extension machine and you can just bust out, a whole bunch of sets and reps and whatever, but I'm always kind of the home gym kind of mentality that, when I end up building my garage gym, I'm not going to have 50 million, options of machinery. So I always look for alternatives that I can kind of get away with just using my own body weight, or the barbell, right? So I came across this Sissy Squat quite some time. I've known about it for quite some time, but now that this leg drive issue has popped up, I've decided to use it. Now the Sissy Squat has a funny name, and it's not, a modern definition of it. You're not a sissy if you do this Sissy Squat. It's actually named after I believe a Greek god. He was somebody that had really good development of the quads, and so they named, he's kind of developed the Sissy squatting was how he got his legs, right? And his name is something along the lines of Sisyphus or something like that. There's a story that Zeus, the Greek god, kind of banished him and made him carry this massive boulder up mountain, and blah 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 blah. You can look it up yourself, but Sissy Squat is after a Greek god. Essentially, it's not because you're a sissy, you're a pussy. So what it entails, as you can see in this video, is basically a motion where you send your knees over your toes to a point where you're essentially leaning your upper body backwards, and then you are using your quads to sit up. So it's essentially taking the quad and the whole posterior, the hamstring and the glutes, the whole posterior chain out of the pushing or getting you up into a standing position. So it's essentially isolation exercise for the quad. Now it does come with a disclaimer, guys. If you've had any sort of knee injuries in the past, meniscus tears, ACL tears, or whatever else, cruciate ligament tear, be careful with this, because this puts an immense amount of pressure onto the patella tendon. Now, the patella tendon is essentially the bottleneck of the quads, right? You know, the four quads kind of meet the knee and form this patella tendon, which is like this ropey tissue which kind of, you know, connects you to the lower leg essentially, through the patella and then over and then into the inferior aspect of the knee. So be mindful that if you have had, you know, weak knees in the past and whatever, this is probably not the first exercise you do. So you can probably try doing it, do one you know, set and see how you go, but even the first rep, just be very, very careful. Do want to make sure I say that to people, because it's not just, you know, wake up and get out of bed and just, you know, knock out 100 of these. They're actually quite difficult. And I am not going to add any weight to this exercise. There's different kind of variations of doing it. You can stand on top of a platform and extend the range of motion. Because balancing is an issue, man. You don't want to be caught out with weight on your back, or you know, a plate on your chest while doing this exercise, and you got to dump it because you've lost balance, blah 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 blah. You know, that's why I've got my hand up against something, just sort of for balancing reasons. But anyway, so just thought I'd share that with you guys. I'm using the Sissy Squat to improve my leg drive out of the deadlift. Give it a shot. I reckon it's a good one. Now, again, there's many different variations of doing quad isolation exercises, but I like this one because it's old school, and guys like Platts, the bodybuilder, he had probably the best legs of all time, and he swore by these as well. So yeah, give him a shot. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. I'm anti-isolation. I'm anti-isolation exercises, but I think when you do have a lagging body part, when you have a lagging portion of your body, it's good to hit it with an isolation exercise to kind of catch up to the rest of the body. So that's kind of the only moment I would recommend somebody using isolation exercises. Other than that, it's just the compounds. Keep smashing the compounds. But if you have some sort of injury, or you're coming out of an injury, I think it's a really good idea to incorporate some sort of isolation exercise to hit that particular area. But anyway, guys, I'm out.